started working with Y Meadows a couple of years ago. I think we're just over the 2-year mark, at least for me, when I started working with the team. And this was probably one of my first projects as a project manager that was in sort of the automation realm. So for me, it was really just diving headfirst, and working with the Y Meadows team made it incredibly simple. They were very easy to work with, and really just made it so much easier for me to understand what we needed to get done. And it was very easy for me to come up with timelines, get deliverables. So where we started was we identified one of our lines of business is our diner population that consumes a lot of our support volume. And we said, what are some of our top volume drivers? And a mix of also what are some of our more low-hanging fruit, and what can we do to ease things up for our agents? And so we started by taking those use cases and then working with Y Meadows to come up with intents. So we shared hundreds of examples of what these cases look like. And from there, Y Meadows created a custom intent for us so that we could identify those use cases when they came into support. And we started out pretty small, just helping our agents get one step closer to a solution. So we started out by labeling these use cases for the agent, giving them an example of what knowledge article we think they should use. We completed some of the fields on the case for them. And that just helped them get a little bit closer to the resolution. And when we felt like those were looking pretty good, we started to build more automation in. So we partnered with our engineering teams, and we worked with Y Meadows to develop some APIs, which were connected to some of our databases, so that instead of an agent getting this case, it went to Y Meadows first. And so Y Meadows was able to work with the customer by looking up their account, performing a series of checks, and determining if they could solve their problem without an agent ever having to look at the case. Some of those use cases include things like privacy, so requests to delete their account, which is, I think, a huge one for companies these days, and it is a lot of our volume. So this is one of our most successful automations. I think we're running right around 90-something% success rate there, which is wonderful to see. It's a huge win for our support teams because this is a lot of very tedious work for them that Y Meadows can just take care of super easily. Another example would be, as I said, we're looking at our diner base. So we have diners that are disputing reservations that they booked at restaurants. And so we can use those requests. Y Meadows can look into their account and see, okay, what reservation are they disputing? And we can work with them to resolve that problem, again, without an agent ever having to take a look at the case. And I say that, but even when an agent has to take a look at the case, Y Meadows is really great in that they still continue to provide that extra information to agents, where when they pass a case back to support, we're giving them information by saying, here are some really key things we found in this diner's account. Here was why we weren't able to resolve the request. And then that agent has even more information to arrive at the best possible solution. Something else I also would love to highlight here is, I think I know our customers pretty well, but through working with Y Meadows, we have been able to pinpoint very specific things that we are seeing, very specific trends that we see in support that we otherwise would not have been able to. They have helped us set up specific types of tracking on our cases to understand, when Y Meadows isn't able to resolve a case, we have a list of reasons, and I can dig into those reasons and find ways where we can drive towards more solutions. Very exciting to learn too that for the first time last year, Y Meadows was resolving more cases than our agents were, which is a huge win for us. So really, really wonderful for our agent morale, as well as for me from an operational standpoint. We really love to see things speed up and move along. So overall, it's been a really great partnership. One of the smoother ones to work with. Can't complain at all.